Nvidia and Mediatek are teaming up to create a cutting-edge AI CPU, and Intel has just revealed the full specs and pricing for their entire Arrow Lake S lineup ahead of its much-anticipated launch. In today's video, we'll dive deep into what this Nvidia and Mediatek collaboration is about and break down everything you need to know about Intel's Arrow Lake S specs. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of these exciting details, so make sure you stick around. What's up everyone, welcome back to LA Electronics, your go-to source for all things PC tech, from the latest leaks to breaking down news on GPUs, CPUs, and more. If you love staying ahead of the curve, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And don't forget to follow me on X, where I share the latest tech news and leaks before diving deep into them here on the channel. In today's video, we got some huge topics to cover: Nvidia and Mediatek teaming up on a groundbreaking AI CPU, and the full specs and pricing of Intel's Arrow Lake S lineup. So without further ado, let's jump right in. According to recent leaks from Chinese social media website Weibo, I really don't know how to pronounce that, Nvidia and Mediatek are teaming up on an exciting new chip referred to as an AI PC CPU, and it's set to make waves in the industry. This AI CPU will be built on a cutting-edge 3nm process and is reportedly entering its tape-out phase this month. For those unfamiliar, the tape-out phase is the final stage in the chip design process before it heads to manufacturing, a crucial moment when the design is sent to the semiconductor foundry for production. Although the term tape out comes from when data was stored on magnetic tapes, the phrase has stuck even though the process has gone fully digital. Mass production for this AI CPU is expected to start in late 2025, with Lenovo, Dell, HP, and Asus rumored as potential customers. Even more intriguing is the projected $300 price tag for this chip. This collaboration is expected to pair a MediaTek AI processor with an Nvidia GPU, making it highly likely that this new 3nm AI CPU will be a system on a chip. A system on a chip integrates the processor, GPU, memory, and more onto a single chip, something MediaTek has a strong track record with. Since the leak mentions big laptop manufacturers like Lenovo, Dell, and HP and Asus, it's safe to assume that this AI-powered SoC will be aimed at laptops, and more specifically high-end laptops. But what do you think of this Nvidia and Mediatek collaboration? Let me know in the comments down below, and stay tuned because now we're about to dive into Intel's full Arrow Lake S lineup specs. Intel has finally dropped the specs for their highly anticipated Core Ultra 200S lineup, codenamed Arrow Lake. The big focus this time is power efficiency. Intel is claiming that Arrow Lake CPUs will deliver the same performance as Raptor Lake while consuming half the power. That's huge news for anyone frustrated by Raptor Lake's power-hungry reputation and their stability issues. Another major shift is Intel's decision to ditch hyper-threading for Arrow Lake, even with only 24 cores. Yet, they're claiming that these CPUs will outperform the Core i9-14900K's 32-thread powerhouse. Arrow Lake features Intel's new Skymont E cores and Lion Cove P cores, with a 32% IPC uplift for the E cores over Gracemont and 9% for the P cores over Raptor Cove. Each E core cluster will pack 4 MB of L2 cache, with 3 MB of L2 cache per individual P core, and all the cores will share a combined 36 MB of L3 cache. Built-in graphics come in the form of Intel's Xe LPG, a low-power variant of their Xe architecture. With 4 ray tracing units and 4 Xe cores, these graphics will support DirectX 12 Ultimate and handle up to 8 trillion operations per second. That's perfect for basic desktop tasks, media encoding, and light gaming. Arrow Lake's Xe graphics are very similar to Meteor Lake's Xe graphics, so that means the Linux driver support should be good at launch. Intel has confirmed 5 different Core Ultra 200S series chips. First, there is the Core Ultra 5 245KF with 14 cores and 0 GPU cores. It will consist of 6 P cores and 8 E cores. This CPU will run at 5.2 GHz. Next up is the Core Ultra 5 245K with 14 cores and 4 GPU cores. It will consist of 6 P cores and 8 E cores. This CPU will also run at 5.2 GHz. Next up is the Core Ultra 7 265KF with 20 cores and 0 GPU GPU cores. It will consist of 8 P cores and 12 E cores. This CPU will run at 5.5 GHz. The next CPU is the Core Ultra 7 265K with 20 cores and 4 GPU cores. It will consist of 8 P cores and 12 E cores, and this CPU will also run at 5.5 GHz. And lastly, there is the flagship Core Ultra 9 285K with 24 cores and 4 GPU cores. It will consist of 8 P cores and 16 E cores. This CPU will run at 5.7 GHz. All Raptor Lake models will feature a 13 trillion operations per second NPU, and Intel is positioning the Core Ultra 9 285K as their crown jewel, averaging 261 frames per second at just 447 watts, just shy of the Core i9 14900K's 264 FPS at 527 watts. Intel is also taking direct aim at AMD, claiming that the Core Ultra 200S series offers 50% faster AI-assisted video editing than AMD's 9950X, with 8 times faster timeline playback and 20% quicker video rendering. Sales for Arrow Lake kick off on October 24th, 2024, so if you're curious about pricing, feel free to pause the video now and check the breakdown that you can see on your screen. But what are your thoughts on Intel's Core Ultra 200S lineup? To me, it feels like Intel is just trimming down performance compared to Raptor Lake in the name of stability, which makes the lineup seem a bit underwhelming, especially if you don't spring for the flagship model. Drop your opinions down below on Intel's new Arrow Lake chips and also the Nvidia and Mediatek AI CPU collab. I'm eager to hear all your thoughts and opinions. If you're curious about AMD's leaked Ryzen AI Max Strix Halo APU and how it is set to outperform heavyweights like Apple and Nvidia, you've got to check out my last video where I break down all the leaked specs and show you why AMD's latest APU could shake up the market in a big way. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow and keeps me bringing you all the latest tech news. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.